Yeah, I was on the expressway. Damn. Ike Matson. I got a XSR 700. Yeah, I was doing about between 60 and 70 on it. Hold on, I don't even know if you can hear me. Uh, some people. So I got an XSR 700. I know this ain't, this channel ain't really a motorcycle channel. I got a whole nother channel for that, but I just felt like riding today. I haven't ridden my bike in about almost 2 months. But the bike that I have is an XSR 700. I was doing about between 60 and 70 on the expressway. Like I said, a lot of people that follow this channel, they don't know I ride or whatever. I'm not a rider. I bring it out every now and again. I ain't really did no content on it like that just yet, but it's called it's On The Fly and it's moto all together. On The Fly motos. So it's the same as OnTheFlyX, but it's On The Fly moto. It should be like a guy with like a black coat, like black and gold. I'm gonna start posting a whole bunch on that channel. I got some stuff lined up, man. This is the first time I've been able to ride in a minute. Like I haven't ridden in almost 2 months, and before that, I only rode like maybe 2 times. Before then, yeah, On The Fly moto. Yeah, that's it. So I ain't got a chance to ride, but I can show you how my bike look though. So this is my bike. Yeah, that's my bike right there. I'm gonna have to do some stuff with it. Hold on. I knew I was gonna have that problem. I'll fix that later. But yeah, that's my bike. I did this custom exhaust, custom handlebars, of course, custom mirrors, side mirrors and shit. But that's me right there. They told me that this problem, I just put this on here. They told me this was gonna be a problem, so I'm gonna have to get that fixed. I'm gonna probably have to throw some zip ties or something like that on it. Hey, I appreciate that for subbing. But yeah, like I was saying, a lot of people don't know that I ride bikes, but I'm not a bike rider, so to speak. Like, I just really got into riding bikes like maybe, first of all, I'm 43 years old. I just learned how to ride a bike 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Almost a big problem, but like a mid problem. Yeah, I'll get that. If you're talking about what I'm talking about, then yeah, I'm gonna get that fixed. I was trying to jerry rig something. What I'm supposed to do is gotta get it professionally put on, but I couldn't see myself spending $200 to get some rubber put on. Okay, so air. I'm assuming when you say air, you mean you can't hear me because it's a lot of air or something like that. I'm assuming that. I mean, maybe you mean something different. But this channel that you on right now is mainly talk about movies and commentary and just things that's going on and stuff like that. The other channel was going to be strictly a motorcycle channel. It's going to be like a vlog. No air is all right. Okay. Are you saying North Little Rock? Because I'm in Little Rock. I'm assuming you're saying no air is all right. Or ALR. I'm not sure. My bad. You're gonna have to let me know what you're talking about. Because I'm a little confused. I'm a little lost. But anyways, the On The Fly Motos channel is strictly gonna be like vlogs. We'll be making like a bunch of content. Make a bunch of content on that channel and stuff like that. I'm trying to keep everything separate, man. So yeah, that's what I got going on. And the reason why I chose to ride today, because I've been working so hard. Listen, I know this is an excuse that I always come up with, but I'm telling you, the way this economy is, your boy been working. I got to keep a roof over my head. My daughter is getting ready to go to college. And so I've been putting in overtime. And so I haven't had any time to make videos like I want to. As much as I want to make videos, it's like, man, it's like economy is I don't know about y'all, but it's kicking my ass. So I got to keep on working and stuff to keep a roof over my head, pay them bills and all that kind of stuff. And I even also had a freaking diabetic scare. I'm diabetic. And type 2. I'm type 2 diabetic. And so even though I wasn't eating horribly, I was eating a lot of fruits. And of course, fruit has a lot of sugar in it. And when I went into the doctor because I was feeling all jacked up, man, I damn near went into a diabetic coma. And so they kept me in the hospital for 3 days. I was in the hospital for 3 days. I couldn't walk. Man, I was fucked up. And so I got behind. Let's just go to the other part. I got behind on movies. I'm just now seeing Michael Jackson just like a week and a half ago. I seen They Will Kill You. I seen, what else did I see? I seen something else. I supposed to been going to see Toy Story 5. I supposed to been going to see He-Man. I supposed to been going to see all types of shit. But I just haven't gotten around to it because I'm just now starting to recover. Let me tell you how bad it's been. It's been so bad that when they finally let me out the hospital, I couldn't even see up close. Like my vision was so fucking blurry. And I'm thinking to myself like, damn, am I going blind? So these texts that I'm reading right now on here, I couldn't even see that shit just about a week ago. I couldn't even fucking see. Anybody texting me, that shit was over with. So I'm finally starting to recover. I'm doing much, much better. And yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I'm doing much better. I was working my ass off for the past now 2.5, 3 weeks or something like that. 2 weeks. I've been working my ass off, and I finally, was able to be like, okay, I'm finna get out on this bike, because I'm seeing, as I'm working, I'm seeing all these dudes on motorcycles go past me and all this kind of stuff, and I'm getting super duper jealous. And so when I tried to go riding, I didn't have the strength. Like I was just so exhausted and tired and stuff. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna put it off. So today, because I didn't get a chance to work because I had some other stuff to do, I decided, let me go ahead and get my little ride on. So yeah, if you want to follow my motorcycle channel, it ain't busting right now. I only got like, I don't know, 5 or 6 videos up, but I got a whole bunch of stuff in line in order for me to start making videos constantly. But your boy just working, man, and I'm gonna start posting more on this on this channel. I got some things in line. I'm gonna just, instead of doing like one video, like a bunch of videos considering, He-Man or Supergirl or all that kind of stuff, I'm just gonna put it in one big old video. That way, I can play catch up with y'all, those who are willing to watch. But if you wanna go subscribe to the other channel, it's On The Fly Motos. It's like black and white. It's a guy on a motorcycle. It kind of is similar to how I look right now, without the orange the orange hoodie. So it's On The Fly Motos. So OnTheFlyMoto. That's the other channel. Now let me see what you talking about. You talking about Rip Van Wee series. I don't know what you mean. Oh, okay, I see. You're talking to him. Let me go back. Let me just go all the way back. Okay, so Brian, I'm on the XSR 700. They probably didn't know that I ride. Savannah Stevenson, this is cool. I appreciate it. Rachel, she probably like, damn, what the fuck? Yeah. So they say, am I the only one? I hope the best and be safe, bro. I appreciate that. And yes, I was on the highway. If you want to know how fast this thing goes, it says it can go to 130, I believe. I think 130. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's 130. The fastest I've ever gotten to it was 100. Like I said, I'm fairly I'm still a beginner rider and stuff like that. Like I can ride around the city and all this kind of stuff, but I would consider myself to be a beginner. I still get a little nervous, and when I was on the expressway, y'all didn't see it, but I had a blonde or a blank moment where I was starting to slow down, and I'm thinking to myself, damn, which one is the slow down button? That is nothing to be trying to figure out while you're doing 70 miles an hour on a bike. So yeah, it clicked. So we back in effect. I'm still alive. I'm in one piece. Those who want to see the bike, this the bike right here. You know, people was getting on me. Oh man, that bike's short. It's really not that short. It's just the way I got it. We got it to look kind of like a what do you call it? Stubby. But trust me, this thing bottom end grunt. Like, I'm not saying that I'm faster than like a super sport, but I can guarantee you that I can take off a lot faster than they can now. In the long run, oh, they're gonna eat me up. You know what I'm saying? But I can at least get off a little bit quicker than they can and stuff like that. But yeah, that's me right there, man. And crazy enough, I'm thinking about grabbing another bike. It's gonna be a while though, because I ain't got no money. You know what I'm saying? I still gotta make money. But first priority is this channel. So man, I ain't even, you know what? How many miles did I put on this thing? That's how you know. And I bought this thing, if not last year, the year before last. Let me see. So it looks like I put 700 and... Okay, so it looks like I put 729 miles on this joint, which means it's time for me to go get it its first oil change. So I got to give it its first oil change. I hadn't done that yet. I hadn't gotten a chance to. So just broke the 700 mark. I know you're supposed to take it in at like 600. I haven't gotten a chance to do that, so I'll probably do that sometime next week or whatever. The shit costs money, man. This shit gonna be like $200. Now, some people gonna say, "Oh man, you could do it yourself." Well, because this will be my first oil change for this bike, I'm not doing this shit myself. I'll do the next time. You know, I kind of got the concept of what to do, but I ain't gonna do that shit right now. Anyways, I'm just babbling on, man. I just wanted to kind of touch bases with all of those who, you know, wanted to kind of know what I was riding, how fast I was going. Like I said, I think it could do 130 if I'm not mistaken. I've only gotten up to 100. What's going on, IMG money? Yeah, I've only gotten it up to 100. I could have went faster. I ain't finna incriminate myself or anything like that, but one of my goals when I was in motorcycle school or the MSF course, they asked us what was our goal in the next year, and I said to hit 100 miles per hour. I finally did that at earlier this year. I'm not gonna say where I was at. This is all alleged. This is all alleged. And I finally did that because the police, they be hot. They be out here. So, you know, plus I'm still a beginner rider, so I don't need to be going that fast, no way. I just did it because the speed limit where I was coming from was 75, and I had an open road, and I just hit the throttle and I went. I got to 100 real quick, and I was only in 5th gear. This thing has 6 gears, so don't sleep on the XSR 700. I know they got the XSR 900, which is a little bit bigger. It's definitely a bigger engine. This is a twin engine, I think, something like that. But this mod get up. So far for my skill level, this is all I need. This is all I need, you know what I'm saying? So maybe when I get a little bit more advanced, you know, I'll get something a little bit bigger. I don't even know if I need like a like a 1,000, what they call it, 1,000 cc, a liter bike. I don't think I need that. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause who need to go that fast? You know, this bike can already do 130. I don't need to go where I live. I don't need to go faster than 75. But you know, sometimes you just got the open road. You like F it. So if I get a liter bike, if y'all ever see me on this channel going live again on a liter bike, then I must have been putting a lot of work in. But right now, well, first of all, I don't even get paid on this channel. I'm doing all this stuff for the love. And I promise y'all, I know I keep saying this as an excuse, but life happens. I'm going to start to make more content. It's just that, man, life been kicking my ass. So I'm just trying to pay some bills. So I have electricity in a place where I can actually record videos. But it's coming soon. Like I said, for all those who just joined, I'm not going to do random videos like for He-Man and Supergirl and Spider-Man and Odyssey and stuff. Well, all of those are coming up. Well, He-Man is already out. Toy Story is already out. So anything that was big that's came and went, I'll do I'll just do one video. I appreciate it. If you mean doing good financially, shit. But if you're talking about being here live, then yes, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Like I said, I had a scare about a month ago or a couple weeks ago, and I'm not gonna lie and say I ain't think I was gonna make it, but man, I'm telling you, it felt crazy. When you can't walk and you ain't got no energy and you breathing hard, just going to the bathroom, I knew it was a problem. I had to go to the ER twice, and that second time they kept me for 3 days, and they was hooking me up to all types of IVs, insulins. I'm talking about the whole shebang. And no, I'm most definitely doing a review for Supergirl. I'm most definitely gonna do one for Spider-Man. I gotta do it for those, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, those are coming. I gotta catch up. What the hell did we see? Oh, I went to go see Backrooms. That's what it was. You say you scared? What you scared of? What you scared of? So that's what I went to go see. I couldn't for the life of me think about what the hell I just seen when we just seen something last week. So me and my daughter, we went to go see Backrooms. And I'm gonna tell you, man, that movie is a trip. You know, those who ain't seen it, I ain't gonna say you need to rush to go see it, even though it's been out for like, I don't know, 2 weeks or something like that. But go see it. You know, if you a fan of that series, oh, you scared for the Supergirl. Let me tell you something, man. I know I give James Gunn a lot of shit. I know I give David Cornsweet a lot of shit as far as Superman. And I'm going to keep doing it. But because James Gunn is not directing this movie for Supergirl, I'm going to give her a chance. But if this movie flops, from what I've been hearing from the review, James Gunn might be out of there. I'm going to just keep it a buck. He might be out of there because I think Paramount has finalized the deal for the purchase of the WB. I don't know what the fuck they doing over there at DC and Warner Brothers and stuff like that. That's just like they tried to implement Matt Reeves' Batman into this universe. It don't match. It don't match. So you say that was the intro. I think Super Review was my first review. Yeah, that's what popped me off, man. That like, I had some videos in the past that kind of got me to where I am right now before I got to what I am, but I had to delete it because I was trying to get monetized on the channel so I could make more stuff. But they denied me and stuff like that, so I had to wait a whole year for a full review and stuff. So at the time, I was trying to get monetized. I only had 500 subs, but I had way over 4,000 watch time hours. Which, if you are trying to get monetized by YouTube, you have to have 1,000 subs and you have to have over 4,000 watch hours. Well, I didn't have the subs. I had the hours. But because some of my stuff was commentating and some people claimed those videos, I had to delete it. So I had to start all the way over. And you have to get all of these things within 365 days. If you do not do that, they will start you all the way over from the beginning. So anything that I have right now, if I don't get a certain amount by, let's just say August, then they're going to start me over from scratch. So now I have to still get 4,000 viewing hours. Now, to answer your question, Superman to Supergirl to Clayface. Now, let me just put myself in you know, like the company's shoes, WB or DC. Let me put myself in their shoes. If I'm a new person and supposedly the Zack Snyder verse didn't work, I would want to clear it out too. But the thing is, the Zack Snyder shit was gaining a lot of traction. Now, it was kind of like a roller coaster. Like Man of Steel 2013 with Henry Cavill, it did really well. But the reason why it wasn't considered a success is because it was competing with the likes of Iron Man. It was competing with like Avengers and stuff. So, you know, they was bringing in $1 billion. And because Superman, who's supposed to be the number one superhero, he only brought in like 670 million or something like that. He didn't break $1 billion. So that's why they kind of took their time with it. And then what I think would happen is the studio wanted to fast track, you know, the Justice League. That's why the very next movie was Batman v Superman, and then they had Wonder Woman in there. Then they had like a cameo of the Flash, and that just fucked up everything. I think they should have just took their time, like literally. They should have. I know it's crazy. I know people tired of seeing it, but you have to, because this is a new Batman. You have to start over with Bruce Wayne and Batman. You don't have to just go all the way back to his what's name, but you got to give us an intro to this new Batman, because it was like the very first scene we get. Now, this is the Joss Whedon version. The motherfucker is on a rooftop and he, you know, does something to the demon. What the fuck you call that thing? The Demigorgon? Not the Demigorgon. I'm tripping. The little parademon. And then the next scene you see him in, he's in a police station and he done branded somebody with the what's name. And so people are like, damn, you know, he cool and all that kind of stuff, but we don't really know nothing about him and stuff. And then all of a sudden you got Wonder Woman coming in, then you got the death of Superman in the very second movie. So that's where people started messing up, or that's where WB in the DC universe, they started messing up. It's like y'all fast tracking, y'all trying to keep up with the Avengers, but they had time to build. Thor had his own movie. Captain America had his own movie. Iron Man had his own movie. They was going through, you know, situations with the Spider-Man thing. So they had time to build. DC wasn't trying to do that. They were trying to compete, and that's where they fucked up. If they would have took their time, I really believe that right now Henry Cavill would still be Superman. Wonder Woman would still be, you know, Gal Gadot. Yeah, they was rushing too much. And that's the problem. Yeah, you're right. IMG Money. The problem is they don't trust the people that they have. Like, if you're gonna hire them, then you gotta trust what they're gonna do. You don't need to throw your input in. And that's where a lot of studios fuck up. Like, they'll hire somebody, oh man, he has a vision, we got the right person for the job. Then when it becomes like a mid to very successful thing, now they feel like, okay, well, we're gonna throw our little hand in it, and it just messes up everything. So I'm pretty sure the vision that Zack Snyder had, it wasn't what went down. And then, you know, I got my beefs with, I love Zack Snyder, but I got my beefs with him too, because if anybody has read, they did say that they was gonna make Bruce Wayne have a baby with Lois Lane and it was gonna kill Batman. I was like, man, ain't nobody trying to do all that shit. Like, you doing too much. So I can understand if that's the direction he was gonna go. They was like, nah. But Supergirl, I mean, the girl looked weird, but I mean, I just think that, I don't know, man, with the Supergirl thing, I just think that it's too soon. Let me see, going in wrong. I think Superman review was my first year. You go from Superman to, see, that's another thing. Why the fuck would you put out a Clayface movie? See, they're following the same. See, they doing that shit like Marvel did Venom. How the fuck you gonna have a Venom movie without Spider-Man? And then they came out with the Madam Web shit. It's like y'all, and then they came out with Morbius, and it's like, come on, man, y'all gotta stop this shit. And so the Clayface movie, It's no need for that. Like, you don't need to have a Clayface movie. You can put that in the next Batman movie, and you know, because of course, obviously, the story could work, and the villain, or the you know, the hero is only as good as the villain. But you put that in a Batman movie. You don't just put it in the Clayface movie. That's why I didn't understand the whole Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix. It's like, dude, they don't even have Batman in the motherfucker. That shit don't make no sense. But you know, the first one did well. I think the second one bombed. I'm not sure. But yeah, you're right. You go from Superman to Supergirl to Clayface. The shit was stupid. What are they thinking? Yeah, they tripping. Teen Titans, Legion of Superheroes, hell, Metal Man. Yeah, Batman moved from the comics not to keep up with Superman, Wonder Woman. Titans was the hottest DC comic. Yes, it was. Supergirl. Yeah, she look a little. I don't want to shit on her, man. But yeah, she look a little weird. But you know, it ain't all about the. Yeah, it is about the look. I mean, if you gonna get the, like, cause that David Corn Sweat, that motherfucker don't look shit. He looks. Let me tell you something. Me and my daughter, we go to Spirit every year. And if you go to Spirit Halloween, which is like a costume store that they have around Halloween time, David Corn Sweat looks like the motherfucker who would cosplay as Superman. He looked weird, you know. But Guardians could have worked, but the problem with Marvel and James Gunn, I'm gonna just put them together. The problem with Marvel and James Gunn is that they're trying to make people fans of these unknown people. Like, y'all have to understand that if people aren't buying the comics, there's no need to make a movie out of them. Now, Guardians of the Galaxy, I'm getting shit mixed up with Eternals. My bad. Guardians of the Galaxy was an exception. That was an exception, you know what I'm saying? But I was thinking of Eternals, my bad. But you got to stop with this unknown shit. Like if I'm executive, or whoever you want to call him, Kevin Feige of Marvel, what I would do is, especially now that they got all the rights, even though they still having issues with the Hulk and Spider-Man, but what I would do is, first of all, you shouldn't have brought back Robert Downey Jr. And if you're going to bring him back, maybe he's a variant and his body is being manipulated or something like that. Something. But you put out the Avengers, you put out the X-Men, you put out all the known motherfuckers. Like, you put out all of the heavy hitters. X-Men, Avengers, Hulk, Spider-Man. You put them out. Then you start introducing these sub-characters, like how they did. Like, okay, prime example. Captain America, was it Winter Soldier or was it Civil War? No, it was Winter Soldier. They had Black Panther. They put him on that motherfucker. They put him in the movie. Boom. That was a great introduction. That's how you do it. But when you start putting in motherfuckers like the New Avengers, or what they call the Thunderbolts, don't nobody want to see that shit. Don't nobody want to see that shit. Let me see. Marvel on the first day was solid, then went to Beaky up. They sure did. I liked him as Clark and Superman. Yep. The movie can make the hero love Eternals. Okay. The highest grossing standalone movie of all time is what? Black Panther, more than Batman, Superman, Iron Man, Spider-Man. I think the highest grossing by itself is Black Panther. And then, but what made more money is, I think, the Avengers. I want to say Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire. But, hold on, y'all. Hold on, boy. It's time for me to come and sit down here for a little bit. Let's get a little dog. Damn, I hope I ain't just break that thing. So, yeah, I would just put all the heavy hitters out first. You do that first. You say no. A B character. All right, let's have some dialogue. So let me get up to speed. Tell me what you mean by B character, and then we can kind of go from there and shit. Cause I don't want to be off track. And You know what I'm saying? We talking about two totally different things and shit. Okay, 1 billion. Okay, I thought Spider-Man made a little bit more than Black Panther. But I'm talking about the Sony verse. Shit, I might drop my helmet. For the motorcycles be heavy as hell. Okay, you say not a list. Okay, yeah, for sure. Yeah. So look, as crazy as it sound, 2 billion. Damn. As crazy as it sound, because Blade saved Marvel, they should have already came out with a Blade movie. I wasn't a big fan of Mahershala Ali being Blade, but I also have to understand that, you know, this is a new era. But this is the crazy part. Mahershala Ali is like 50 years old. Yeah, Aquaman is their first $1 billion movie. Yeah, which I seen it at the movies, and I was thinking to myself, out of all the movies to hit 1 billion, because I know Wonder Woman did well. I don't think it hit 1 billion, but I know it did well. But out of all the movies, I didn't think Aquaman was gonna be the one to hit 1 billion. That was crazy. I'll put my bike up. Y'all gotta excuse me. Yeah, like they fucked him over. Part of me, I don't wanna take it to that level. Part of me think that was a little racial. And the reason why I say that is because I think they did that to try to satisfy us in a sense. Like, oh yeah, we giving y'all such and such. But y'all gotta remember, Blade was announced when Chadwick Boseman was still alive. They talked about this shit. You telling me that they couldn't get a director and a script made? They keep on, you know, all these directors and all these motherfuckers is dropping out. That's some bullshit. That don't sit right with me. So I was a little flabbergasted when they kept saying, yeah, we're gonna get a Blade. And I don't know, man. I don't really know. Like they Marvel dropped the ball. Like at this point in time, we should have been on our possibly fourth Black Panther movie, because it did so well, and they took so long to come out with part 2. 3 should have already been out like last year, and we should be on our fourth one, like either this year or next year. You know, superhero fatigue. You know, you would think so. But I think if they do it right, if they make the movies that people want to see, then now I do know that, you know, because of Chadwick's death, but I feel like because it was so successful, they could have came out with another one before he passed. Because you got to think about it. They filmed that shit in 2017, if I'm not mistaken. The movie came out in 2018. Chadwick died in 2020. They should have already been filming that one. And, you know, they could have been in the middle of filming or some shit like that. So I just think they just took that's the problem with like the good shit. Y'all taking too long to come out with some stuff, and then sometimes it don't even be good. They didn't give Ironheart any push. They shitted on her. The Miss Marvel show, That was pretty good. Not Miss Marvel. Was it Miss Marvel with the girl, the elastic girl? I think her name is Marvel. What the fuck they call that girl? Miss Marvel. That show was good. Um, they started coming out with the Eternals and Ant Man. Like Ant Man is cool, but Ant Man ain't 3 movies worthy. No, I'm sorry. You sound tripping. 1 second. Okay, my bad. I'm glad more people joining the chat. So so the boys. Yeah, the boys and Invincible is saturated the market, but the thing is, it was really good. Well, the boys last season was trash. It did oversaturate the market, but it was really good. You say, look at your Superman view. Yeah, that's my entry. Yeah, 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 yeah. I appreciate that. I figured that would probably get some people in because I was legit pissed off, man. I was legit pissed off at that, man. Like, I tried to give it a chance. Like I said, I was gonna shit on it when it came out, but deep down, I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a chance. But when I seen that, I was like, yeah, this ain't it. But back to the to Marvel, like I don't even know what to say. It's just one of them situations where yeah, they was putting out a lot of content, but they was putting out a lot of content that people really that people really didn't want to see. Like nobody asked for She-Hulk. And I understand nobody really asked for Ironheart. Nobody asked for the Nick Fury shit. Nobody asked for, you know, like even the Hawkeye. I think they had 2 seasons. Like nobody really asked for those things, man. And granted, if it was a decent, it wasn't good enough to put all that money into that stuff. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm not gonna say it was like bad shows, but you could have did something a little bit more Maybe you could have introduced some new people, you know, that kind of way through the TV series. Like you could have introduced I'm trying to think of somebody. Maybe you could have did like Nightcrawler. Motherfuckers would have watched that. I could have sworn they had 2 seasons with Hawkeye. No, you right. They only did have one. You sure? Yeah, it's probably only one. Yeah, but you just people like Hawkeye cool, but don't nobody care about Hawkeye. He good for the movies. We don't need a series on him. Kamala, she good, and I like the show, but we didn't really, right. It kept you happy, but we didn't really need it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to sound like I'm shitting on the stuff. I'm just saying we didn't need it. Like if you had the option to pick Hawkeye between I don't know. Maybe you could have did this. Maybe you could have did Namor, the submariner. You could have did that shit. You could have did his origins. Yeah, okay, you right. Yeah, they did offer him half the money and shit. He's sitting over here like, damn, why the fuck y'all gonna give me half of the money and I'm doing more of the work? I remember him talking about that in the interview. You know what I'm saying? But I really feel like Hawkeye, to me, in my opinion, wasn't worth a TV show. I'm just being honest. I watch it, but I don't think it's worth the TV show. Man, I hate doing this. 1 second, man. I gotta do some maneuvering and shit. I'm scraping up the bike and shit. Ain't scrape up the bike. Yeah. So yeah, right now I'm really interested to see not only what they're gonna do with the Spider-Man movie, but I'm interested to see what they're gonna do with damn, what the fuck is it called? Doom? Damn, what's that shit called? See, okay, there you go. You said Agatha. Decent. But that like Agatha. Prime example. Thank you. Agatha was good. Doomsday. You right. Doomsday. I'm tripping, man. So Agatha, good show, decent show. But when you look at it as a whole, does it add on to the Marvel collection? Like they always say that everything has a continuity to it. The Agatha show doesn't add nothing to it. It adds nothing. Let you go to Vision Quest. Huh? I'm confused. Yes, Young Avengers. Okay, I get that, but where's it at now? They're not talking about Agatha no more. They ain't talking about Scarlet Witch's, sons. They're not talking about none of that. At least I haven't heard anything. Are they still doing the Vision show? Because they was talking about that like 3 years ago. I haven't heard anything about it. So are they still doing it? See, that's how out of the loop I've been, man. So maybe you can, I don't know, you might have to collab on the show with your boy later this year. Man, they've been talking about that for a minute though. Well, it might be good. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I just think that sometimes when you wait too long to do shit, it loses its luster. Like for instance, I used to be a huge fan of Stranger Things. That shit came out in like 2014 or something, 2015, 16, something like that. And here we are, we just now finishing up the damn series. They only got 5 seasons, and it took them damn near 11 years to do that shit. It wasn't even convincing anymore that the damn kids, well, it was kids, them motherfuckers grown as hell now. Like, it was just kind of trash. It's like, man, you would think all that time, that y'all had with this damn TV show, and that's the best you can come up with? Like, come on, man. So like, I'm not saying to rush things, but I'm also what I am saying is, if y'all got something hot, y'all need to strike it while it's still hot. Black Panther had so much momentum when it first came out. I know this for a fact because I went to the movies. I seen it 6 or 7 times at the movies. I seen it that many times because I wanted to support it, and I just thought overall it was a good movie. I like part 1. Well, obviously, most people do. I like part 1 better than part 2, and I just think if they would have just hurried up with, you know, they knew they had a hit, and they should have been right on it. Now, regardless if he died or whatever the case may be, they could have wrote a story to where, you know, maybe something happened to him. They could have used CJ. They could have did anything. They could have did anything. But instead, dude talking about some, oh yeah, we're gonna respect him. You know, there's only one Black Panther, and I understand it. And at first, when he said that, I was like, okay, yeah, man, it's only one Black Panther. But then again, the second part, I was like, you know what? That's kind of robbing us of having another Black Panther. That's kind of fucked up. So I was like, nah, we need another Black Panther. They need to recast. However they do it is however they do it. But we need another Black Panther. You got 1,001 Bruce Waynes. You got this David Cornsweet motherfucker is Superman. You got all these people who can, you know, whatever. But damn, we can't have another Black Panther. So, like I said, when I came to my senses, I was like, okay, nah, we need another Black Panther and shit like that. Make sure I get everything before I shut it up. Exactly, yeah. How many Supermans, Batmans? Let me see. We gonna go with the movies. Batman, you got Michael Keaton. You got Val Kilmer. George Clooney. Christian Bale. Ben Affleck. And now Robert Pattinson. That's 6 motherfucking Batmans. Now, if I'm missing somebody, let me know. But yeah, that's 6 Batmans. As far as Superman, you got Christopher Reeves. You got the motherfucker that look just like Christopher Reeves. What's his name? Damn, I'm drawing a blank. What's the old boy name, man? He played Ant-Man or Adam for a little bit. But he looked like Superman. That motherfucker looked like Superman. What's his name, man? What's the old boy name? Come on, help me out. Brandon Routh. There you go. You be on it. Hold on. I wouldn't even been mad if they brought back Brandon Routh just with a better script. Cause that Superman Return shit, he looked like Superman, but the script was terrible. He was like a stalker, and then it was like it was supposed to have been a continuation of the Christopher Reeves version, but it just seemed like didn't nobody know who anybody was. I was like, this shit weird. You know, motherfucker got a kid. I wasn't feeling that. I wasn't feeling that storyline. Hold on. I mean, it was just that it was too soon. People were too hurt. Still alive. None of them died. Yeah. Um. Yeah, it was too soon, but like I'm saying, like they taking too long, dude. They filmed Black Panther in 2017. He died in 2020. When that shit came out in 2018 and they seen how it was, they should have already been on top of it. You know, they should have already been like, all right, 2019, we finna start filming. You know what I'm saying? It only takes 6 months to make a movie, if that. And I'm pretty sure with the pen skill of Ryan Coogler, I'm sure he could have came up with something phenomenal. Matter of fact, he did say he had something, but he had to change the whole script. Let's see. When he said the plane, that looked like Superman to me. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Brandon Routh looked like Superman. He had the look. Look, I think Henry Cavill is as closest to Superman you can get. But if you want to go by pure comic book, the look, like the face, the blue eyes, the hair, the voice, the closest thing to Christopher Reeves, Brandon Routh is it. He's Superman. He got the height. Matter of fact, he might be a little bit too tall. Brandon Routh like 6'6", some shit like that. But he got the look of the Christopher Reeves / comic book Superman. Henry Cavill is like the new 52 Superman. You know what I'm saying? Which I like. They just tried to fast track that, man, the DCE universe, the Zack Snyder. They just tried to fast track that shit. True, but that's the problem, man. Like sometimes, so you saying the movies are like 3 years apart. That is true. But more than likely, usually, what usually happens when they come up with a good movie, and then it's 3 or 4 years apart. The second one usually be sorry as hell. Like say for instance, Aquaman made $1 billion. It was a good movie. Second one came out, I think it only did like 400 million. I mean, which is still good, but to their standards, they thinking like, damn, well, we made $1 billion on the first one. They ain't do shit on the second one. You got the Amazing Spider-Man. Amazing Spider-Man was a good movie with Andrew Garfield. They came out with the second one. It's like, what the fuck is this? And there's an exception with the Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire. I think the second one was better than the first one. We ain't even gonna talk about the third one. That was some bullshit. But I know the studios got involved in that. Batman. The first one, let's go with Batman 1989. That was good. Second one was decent, but it wasn't better than the first one. And they start coming out with all these crazy ass sequels. Now my favorite Blade is part 2. A lot of people like part 1. You already know how part 3 went. That was some bullshit. Captain America. Now that's an exception, because Civil War and Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier was fire. That's the second one. That was better than the first one. The Hulk. I don't even know what to say about that. That first one with Eric Bana, when they first came out, that shit, I fell asleep on that movie so many times, and I was struggling to stay up. Let me see. Now, if you're talking about Superman, if he's overpowered, I mean, that's Superman for you. That's probably why they struggling to make a video game, because he's stronger than everybody. But I mean, that's the beauty of having Superman being overpowered, and then he's fighting overpowered beings. I always say to myself, if I made a Superman video game, what would I do? This is what I would do. If I made a Superman video game, I would start off this shit gonna sound crazy as hell. I would start off, damn, fucking bug big as hell. I would start off the game by him getting shot by a kryptonite bullet. And he would be not a regular motherfucker, but he wouldn't be as overpowered. And then you can find certain pieces of like some type of machine. You got to put it together. You had like Mr. Terrific or some shit put it together. But you flying around the city, you know, finding pieces of a machine so you can extract the kryptonite bullet up out of you and shit. Now I know it sounds crazy, but just hear me out. The people that you facing, you know, they could be like parademons or something like that, so they'll be stronger than humans and shit like that, so you can't possibly die, and you're pretty much dying. Like Ocarina of Time, like Zelda, you racing against the clock, and then as you're progressing in the story, you know what I'm saying, you taking fragments of the bullet out of you, and you getting stronger and stronger, and then the final battle, you fight against, I don't know, Lex Luthor or some shit like that. Or you could just be fighting parademons, and the final boss is Apocalypse. Not Apocalypse. Man, I always get them dudes mixed up. What the fuck is his name? Man, I got a brain fart today. So no, you wouldn't be fighting against Apocalypse. It would be Apocalypse is Marvel. What's the other dude? Darkseid. But yeah, Civil War. Yeah, they was cooking. I'm gonna ask you this then. Superman is overpowered. That's when they try to choose have an older version of Batman and Affleck. Well, the superpower of Batman is plot armor. So it don't matter what he do against everybody else. He gonna always be better than everybody else. That's why those games work out so good, because he is human. But you know what I'm saying, he facing against, you know, the Lizard and Bane and shit like that. I mean, yeah, but man, this how I look at this how I look at Batman. Batman is a literal ninja with tech. He's a ninja, and he got tech. Now, I don't like that they made him so Iron Man-ish, but it works. But he a ninja. At the end of the day, Batman got them hands. Batman a hell of a detective. He's a great thinker, a tactician, tactical warfare, whatever you call it. And then he got the tech. So I think it works for him. Yeah, he basically is Iron Man. But Superman, I mean, it don't matter how you slice it or dice it, he gonna be overpowered. The motherfucker could lift motherfucker was bench pressing the damn earth for like, shit, I don't even know, 3 days or some shit like that. Didn't even break a sweat. So Superman is obviously overpowered, but you know, Superman can't fight. Cause they be putting hands on him, man. You know, they be putting hands on Superman and shit. He gotta crash out before he can start defeating some of these dudes. Cause you know, even though Superman is overpowered, you know, Darkseid, he kind of overpowered too. I mean, just because he may be stronger than a motherfucker don't mean they can't kill him in that kind of way. So yeah, I would just this is what you do with DC, man. Like, they got the little show Lanterns. I think that shit gonna suck. I think it's gonna be true crime with bits and pieces of the Green Lantern. It's not even gonna be a superhero show. I just don't like that shit. They got an old ass Hal Jordan. They got Jon Stewart. I don't like that shit. Like, I'm gonna just be honest, man. That TV show Lanterns, they should have just came out with Hal Jordan. And don't kill him off, because I know they're gonna probably kill him off in the show. Make a Hal Jordan, you know, TV show if you want to do that. He's like the most powerful Lantern when it comes to willpower. Because I know like Kyle Rayner is like the most strongest or some shit like that. Then what you do is, because Hal Jordan is like the savior, or he's like he needed other than Earth or his sector. Then y'all assign John Stewart. You introduce old boy. Like you could do that shit in the middle of the TV show. I mean, I don't know. I'm just speculating. Hal Jordan goes off. John Stewart takes over. That's how you do it. But the way they got it, it's like he already old. He's training John Stewart. It's almost like these studios be trying to fuck up. I don't get it. Consider this. X-Men in their own universe worked. Humans against mutants, but in a world where other humans exist. What's the tension with mutants? You got a Hulk, but you're bothered by Beast. Yeah, Lancer's going to be CW level. X-Men in their own universe. Humans against mutants, but in a world where other heroes exist. What's the tension with the mutants? You got a Hulk, but you're bothered by Beast. I would have to say the whole mutant situation. Like in the Marvel universe right now, Hulk is not considered a mutant. Would you consider him a mutant? He's just a fucking monster. You know what I'm saying? So when you're looking at mutants, you got like the so-called racists. Avengers are heroes, X-Men are outcasts. Well, yeah, I mean they got forced into the Avengers. Like you got to think about it. Iron Man is a regular dude. Captain America technically is a regular dude on steroids. Hawkeye is regular. Black Widow is regular. So the only phenomenon they got is Thor and Hulk. Everybody else pretty much human. And then of course Scarlet Witch came in, but she wouldn't be necessarily a part of they wouldn't consider her a part of the team. So when you like a human on the outside looking in, y'all looking like, okay, well these humans can trust these gods and these monsters and shit, so we gonna rock with them. And then let's be honest, people really didn't trust the Hulk. The motherfuckers was terrified of him, as they should be. Yeah, it do work, but at the same time, you got to include them. I mean, X-Men and Avengers, they part of the same comic book. I mean, not comic book, but in the comics, they're in the same universe. So I see what you're saying. I know Scarlet Witch was a mutant in the comics, but they don't consider that. They consider her a witch, a literal witch. So the mutants thing was not a thing in the Marvel universe up until now. Because you can consider like Peter Parker is a freaking mutant, but people don't look at Peter Parker as a mutant. All the motherfuckers was mutants. Yeah. I agree with you. You know what I'm saying? So I think that well, that's interesting. Like, first of all, they are introduced. Like, this is gonna be real interesting, man. How they do this Doomsday movie, because I thought they said they was done with the multiverse, but obviously, if you have Cyclops, the actual dude who portrays Cyclops in the first 2 or 3 movies, then you gotta have. Matter of fact, they got Magneto, Scott Summers, Professor Xavier. They're in this Avengers movie. So you gotta bring back Hugh Jackman Wolverine. You got to. That's the same universe. So it's gonna be pretty interesting to how they gonna do it. Like, are they from a different? Well, let me think. Monica Rambeau, she did go to another. I don't know how the hell they're gonna do this. Even the Fantastic Four situation, I thought that was a little strange, because they was like in a 1960s futuristic version, and now they're gonna be in our timeline. because the way it looked in their timeline, they like back in the 60s, if I'm not mistaken, right? The Fantastic Four movie, but they're gonna be in our present time. That's gonna be weird, man. That's why I'm interested to see what they're gonna do with Doomsday. Yeah, and in all honesty, with the brand new day thing, I don't know if they're gonna do the man spot. I mean, that's what it looked like. It looked like they're gonna do the man spider thing. But is the motherfucker gonna turn into a like a real spider? Is he gonna have six arms? Are they gonna do that? Because he def. Now let me tell you something. The whole Spider-Man and the organic webbing, I don't like that shit at all. Leave that shit to Tobey Maguire. I want Peter Parker Spider-Man, Tom Holland version. I want him to have to use gadgets, webbing and shit like that. I don't want that organic shit. That's that Tobey Maguire shit. I don't want that to happen. Now, if you got to do that for the man spider thing, cool. But at the end of the day, I don't want him to produce spider webbing. I want him to be able, I want him to be smart enough that he knows how to make that shit. You say you do? Okay, let me see. You don't like web shooters? I mean, but that's the good part about it. Like when you're using web shooters, it kind of makes you like, all right, I gotta save these motherfuckers. Like that's like literally a part of Peter Parker's storyline throughout the comic books, throughout the cartoon series back in the like 90s and shit. Motherfucker run out of web shooters, so he got to use that shit. And he could pop a cartridge in, use web shooters. I like that shit. I don't like the organic stuff. Like I said, that's some old Tobey Maguire shit. I'm not feeling that. I would rather them do the web shooters. Well, if it makes sense for him to produce that shit, he need to be producing that shit through his ass. He need to be producing that shit through his ass. I don't want to see that. I don't think you do either. But what I will say is the whole MJ storyline, they need to get rid of that shit. Like, I understand that's his real life wife. They need to get rid of that storyline. He just need to go on, give him a new chick, Felicia or Gwen Stacy. One of them motherfuckers. But MJ, just be done with that. Like, I'm tired of seeing her. Like, she cool, great actress and shit like that, but I'm tired of seeing her. Like, she don't, in my opinion, she don't serve no purpose. She don't serve no purpose in this current timeline. Like, they shouldn't have made her out of all people forget him. That shit was stupid on Far From Home. So if they're gonna do the whole, you know, because then that would be a fault in Doctor Strange's spell. Like if she be like, man, I always knew something was up. I always was in love with you and stuff, and I just felt it. That kind of defeats the purpose of the spell, because if that's the case, then anybody could be like, oh yeah, dude, Peter Parker is Spider-Man. So they just need to take her out the timeline. Like, she just need to be gone. I don't want to say they need to kill off, but they need to kill her off. Kill off Ned too. Bring in Harry Osborn. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that shit. Mass amnesia. That shit's stupid. That now if I could say one thing that was a fault with Far From Home or No Way Home, whatever, which them home, goddamn it, home. That one they shouldn't have did that, where people forget that he's Peter Parker or Spider-Man. I thought that was so stupid. I thought that was so stupid. They could have just said some shit like people forgot that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. They didn't have to say people don't know Peter Parker. Like, that's crazy as hell. Like, that's a little bit That's a bit too much. They should have just said, "Oh, we're gonna forget that Peter Parker is Spider-Man." Not that everybody he knows, like like Happy and Iron Man and all the motherfuckers just, well, not Iron Man because that motherfucker dead, but everybody else just completely forget that who he is. I thought that was very stupid. They could have just said, "Oh man, we just gonna make it seem like people forgot that," and then he could have a new slate. But the people who's closest to him, he could tell. I don't know, man. Yeah. So if so so this is a new trilogy, right? Correct me, IMG Money. This is a new trilogy, right? He signed up for 3 more movies, right? Yeah, I think they said he signed up for 3 more movies, but they saying this motherfucker is gonna get killed in the they say he gonna get killed at the end of the movie. So now they're gonna bring him back some type of way, but man, ain't nobody listen, these motherfuckers gotta stop with these superhero deaths, especially if they plan on keeping this shit going. Like, stop killing motherfuckers off. Like, y'all done technically y'all done killed off Captain America. He done got old and shit. He can't do nothing Captain America no more. They keep threatening us with, oh yeah, we're gonna kill Thor off. I don't want to see that shit. Just man, he's Thor, goddammit. Yeah, that's the rumors. I ain't mean to break it to you like that. They saying that he's gonna die at the end of the movie. I think they're gonna bring him back some type of way, but they said he is gonna be killed. That's what I've been hearing. He's gonna die at the end of the movie and shit. I'm like, this shit don't even make no sense. The motherfucker got 2 more movies he got to do. Now, no, well, at least they say he's not gonna be in Doomsday, but they said he's gonna be in Secret Wars. They said Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, and Tom Holland is gonna be in Secret War. Now, whether they do that or not, I don't know. Um, if they're gonna bring back Tony Stark, well, he ain't even Tony Stark. If they're gonna bring back Robert Downey Jr. as Doomsday, man, come on, get your shit together. Doctor Doom, and they brought back Captain America. They just need to stop playing and go and bring back Scarlet, not Scarlet, what the fuck, Black Widow. They need to bring back Black Widow. They just bring them all back. People kept asking for consequences of this, then they started killing. I think it's stupid. It's the comic books. The heroes ain't supposed to die. I know what happens in the comic books, but I'm just saying overall, you don't make a Batman comic book, you kill him off, and then there's no more Batman comics. You got different storylines and shit. You can't kill off Iron Man. They always come back. So I just think in the movies, I understand the stakes need to be high, but you just can't kill them. Especially if you're going to continue with it. And then you made the mistake of killing off Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, and now you bring him back as a whole nother character. And he's going against the same motherfuckers that he was just fighting alongside of. That shit don't make no sense. So maybe they got a Tony Stark from a different timeline or a different universe, and they're using his body. He was tricked or he's been manipulated, and he actually is Iron Man, and he goes back to Iron Man, because I just can't see him as Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom ain't even fucking American. The motherfucker like Yugoslavia or some shit like that, or Romania. I don't know what the hell he is. I know he ain't American. So they're already messing up with that. Say entertainment don't need hero deaths. Exactly. Don't need it. You can't like you killed off Spider-Man in Infinity War, or the snap. But overall, you can't kill Spider-Man. You can't kill Spider-Man. That motherfucker make them the most money. So you don't just kill Spider-Man in a universe and then you keep it going. Now I know they said they was making a reboot. Well, if you're making a reboot, why you keep bringing back the motherfuckers you said you're gonna reboot from? Because if that was the case in Wolverine and Deadpool, they shouldn't have brought back Hugh Jackman. They should have just did Henry Cavill as the new Wolverine and continue from that. So because y'all brought back Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, Y'all just dug yourself a hole. I'm giving Marvel the benefit of the doubt. Think they know what they're doing, big plan. I don't think they know what they're doing, man. I think they just kind of doing some fan service shit right now. Cause why? Cause at the end of the day, why bring back Captain America? Why bring back Iron Man or Robert Downey Jr. and Chris? What's his name? Chris Evans. Is that his name? Chris Evans. Why bring those two motherfuckers back? You should have just left them, left them gone. Incredible Hulk. I thought the motherfucker had his Hulk shit under control. This motherfucker Professor Hulk. Why does he need that little gauntlet or that arm thing in order to keep himself from being enraged? That shit don't make sense. I thought he had it under control. It's just shit like that. It's like, man, what y'all doing, man? Like, now they finna bring back, Crash Out Hulk. And then that whole situation, you talking about Quantumanium, that whole situation with Jonathan Majors, that fucked up a lot. That messed up a lot of stuff, man. That messed up a lot of stuff. I believe Doomsday is fan service. I really do believe it. But I don't want to see Doomsday if it's not gonna have some of the characters that I want to see. Like Shang-Chi, cool, right? They say in the comic books he is the most skilled fighter of all of the, Marvel universe. Better than Captain America, better than T'Challa, better than Iron Fist, what's his name? I just said his name. Shang-Chi is supposed to be the top dude. Now, when you watch that movie, do he seem like he's supposed to be that dude? Like, he's going to be in the new Doomsday, if I'm not mistaken. It's him. Like, they got a bunch of motherfuckers, side characters that I don't really care to. Like, when I see Doomsday, fighting against, let's just say, the current roster, I don't want to see Doom fighting against, there's no Iron Man, there's no Spider-Man, there's no Black Panther, there's no X-Men. I don't want to see him fight against Shang-Chi and fucking Sam Wilson, Captain. I don't want to see that shit. I want to see him go against the heavy hitters. I want to see him go against Iron Man, Hulk, Captain America, Thor, Wolverine, Cyclops, all them motherfuckers. I want to see him go against them type of dudes. Well, I guess he is going against Cyclops since they're going to be in the movie. Cyclops and all them type of motherfuckers and shit. But I don't think Wolverine going to be in the movie. Iron Man definitely ain't going to be in the movie. I ain't heard shit about Thor being in the movie. No, he's going to be in there. I don't think they show Hulk. It's just like, come on, man. Like, if we gonna do this timeline, y'all need to get all y'all ducks in a row. Y'all need to have Spider-Man in that bitch. Y'all need to have Black Panther in that bitch. Y'all need to have Blade in that motherfucker. Y'all need to have y'all need to have some heavy hitters. See shit like that, like I don't want to see no damn Shang-Chi fight Gambit. Gambit a bad motherfucker, but he ain't fucking with no Shang-Chi according to the comics. Shang-Chi is the best fighter in Marvel. Reed Richards fighting Nightcrawler for what? Black Panther is in what? Doomsday? Okay. Maybe I need to elaborate. T'Challa. I want to see T'Challa versus Doom. Cause Shuri don't even want to be Black Panther. And are they gonna have Captain Marvel in the bitch? Is she gonna be in the damn movie? You gotta have her. You gotta have Captain Marvel. You know what? I know what I'm finna do. I'm finna reread this shit because I know it's got to build up to Secret Wars, but I gotta see how the comic books sort of kind of did it, so I know what the hell I'm talking about. I don't want to just be throwing stuff out there, man. But no, I'm saying is Captain Marvel gonna be in this damn movie. Captain Marvel ain't in the X-Men universe. Monica Rambeau is. That's what I'm saying. She gotta be. Shit. Is she in that motherfucker? She don't even talk about it no more. She like they be asking her stuff. She don't know what the hell going on. I like Brie Larson. She her fine ass. I ain't gonna lie, man. She was doing an interview, man. Because I wasn't really looking at Brie Larson like that, but she did an interview. She had on that shirt. She had them things out. I was like, okay, Brie. But yeah, Captain Marvel gotta be in the movie, but she's not in the X-Men universe. Monica Rambeau is. You know, that motherfucker went to a whole nother universe. But Captain Marvel, she just gone. She flying off somewhere. Yeah. All I know is if they don't put the Hulk in Doomsday, because let's be real. Like Thanos, I'm not Thanos. Doom is a powerful motherfucker. Doom is strong. And I think it's gonna take more than just them motherfuckers to defeat him. Y'all need some heavy hitters. Now, if you want to do some character deaths, this should have been the movie you do it on. This one motherfucker started dying, like, oh shit, like this dude for real. Like this dude literally snatched in the comic books Thanos' spine up out of him. That's how strong Doom is. Motherfucker using magic and powers and technology or whatever. Powers, magic, and technology. So we know Thanos, Doom, Dr. Doom, he overpowered. Now, if you want to talk about Superman being overpowered, Doom is overpowered. Now, what the hell is Reed Richards gonna do against him? Not a damn thing. Y'all need black suit Spider-Man for Doom. Y'all need black suit Spider-Man. So they already talking about not even they already mentioned that he's not even gonna be in the movie. You gotta put him in the movie and he gotta be black suit Spider-Man. He gotta be. You need you need Colossus. You need Gambit. You need motherfucking Juggernaut. You need all types of motherfuckers. You need the X-Force. You need X-Factor. You need the Alpha Flight team. I'm taking it way back. You need the Brotherhood. You need the X-Men Gold team, the X-Men Blue team. You need Cable, Bishop. You need every damn body. You need everybody. You seen Colossus in the scene. I'm finna check that shit out, man. Yeah, with the Miles Morales shit, they said they're not gonna touch it until after they get done with the Tom Holland shit. But look though, check it out though. Check it out though. Speaking of that, somebody had a theory because Ned is trying to find out who Peter Parker is. And he was like, is he Latino and shit? They had the little Latino dude crossed out. But on his little billboard, he had a black dude with braids. So that might be a little small introduction to Miles Morales. Who knows? That shit, excuse me. That shit can't come soon enough. That shit can't come soon enough, man. But I really want to see what they're gonna do with the Spider-Man. Like, cause they, who's the main villain? I hope the main villain ain't Jean Grey. I mean, they keep saying Sadie Sink is the main villain. She's supposed to be Jean Grey. I don't even understand why they did that. Like, why would y'all introduce her in this? Shit don't make no sense. But I hope they got a villain on there that we just ain't seen. But then again, they already got too many villains. Hey, appreciate that, my boy. Happy Juneteenth to you too. Now, if I'm not mistaken, they got Tombstone in the movie. They got the Hand. They got Scorpion, and now they got the Hulk. Obviously, he's not gonna be the main villain. And then they got Jean Grey. I don't know who they're gonna use as the main villain for the Spider-Man movie, but hopefully it's somebody we ain't seen and they hit us with an old shit moment. Like it gotta be like we already know he finna thrash. He finna thrash Scorpion. You seen that shit in the trailer. And then people say that Tombstone is in the movie, but he has a small role. So we know he ain't the main villain. I'm pretty sure Hulk and Spider-Man is gonna fight, but it's gonna be brief. Jean Grey, you can't make her bad. Like, she may start off as a person where, you know, you think she bad, but she really not. You say Jackal. Jackal. Tarantula. What the fuck? I don't know what you talking about, my boy. Gabe, we talking about shit. We just rambling on. We just talking about all types of shit. We talking about Doomsday, Avengers. We talking about Spider-Man, Brand New Day. We talking about Black Panther, Superman. We talking about all types of shit. But right now we on the subject of Brand New Day. Damn, I'll be going blank. You said you could see Tarantula in the trailer, man. I must have. Who the fuck is Tarantula? Miles Warren is in the movie. Who the fuck is that? Listen, man, I like Spider-Man, but I wasn't no huge fan to the point to where I'm starting to name all these. You saying Jackal, man? I'm thinking of Gargoyles. When that motherfucker was in the Jackal suit and he was fucking Goliath ass up. So I don't know who Jackal is, or maybe it just ain't dawning on me. You want to give me some insight on that? Um. Okay, I saw the trailer was cool in my mind. Why play with Spider-Man to be a real Spider? We know he not gonna change to 6 on. See, we was talking about that too, my boy. We was talking about that too. Jackal was in the Gwen Stacy death storyline. In the comic books, I'm gonna have to look at that. I remember Gwen Stacy dying, goddamn it, they threw her ass off a bridge and he snapped her neck or some shit like that. Um So I'm gonna have to look back at that. I'm old, my boy. So shit I used to remember back in the days, or shit I used to know back in the days, I don't be knowing that shit no more. I had to I be thinking about all types of other shit, man. But I'm gonna take your word for it. I'm gonna take your word for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna disagree with you. I just gotta remember I'm gonna have to put a face to it in order for me to be like, oh yeah, I would do it, but I ain't got my other phone on me and shit. Um yeah, so I'm gonna check that out when I get back. Tarantula has spikes on his boots. He said I'm older than you. Hey, well, you got a better memory than me. I done took a couple shots to the head. I done took a couple shots to the head. I be forgetting shit. I don't even remember what the hell I did yesterday. You looking forward to X-Men? What the hell is X-Men? You mean X-Men? X-Men, M-E-N, motherfucker. Now, okay, let's talk about X-Men 97. If I'm not mistaken, X-Men 97 is a continuation of X-Men back in 97. At the end of X-Men season 1, they started all this Four Horsemen shit, the apocalypse. My question is, why are they doing that shit all over again? We went through that shit. I remember that. They did the whole apocalypse timeline thing and the Four Horsemen, Archangel. They did all that back in the day. So why are they restarting that shit? As if we didn't just go through that. We just went through, well, I don't want to say we just went, but back in X-Men 97, back when I was watching that shit when I was a shorty, we already had the apocalypse timeline. So why at the end of X-Men, they just kind of reset it? Shit don't make no sense. But they're gonna have Wolverine with the bone claws. That's kind of cool. And I think they're gonna bring back Gambit. He gonna be like a Four Horseman or some shit, which don't make no sense because, like I said, they already did the Four Horsemen timeline with the apocalypse back when the original show came out. So why would they redo the shit? Like we didn't just see this shit back when he was 30 years younger. Yeah, they did it, and it was not as dark, but they still did it. They still did it. Redo the movie Damage. What you talking about? Man, look. All I know is this. If you gonna have Doom, Dr. Doom at his full potential in this next movie, he can't be no punk. Like they gonna have to bring out everybody to defeat this dude. Everybody. She-Hulk, Hulk, He-Hulk, Uncle Hulk, Leroy Hulk, all the Hulks. They got to bring out all the versions of Captain America, whether that be Captain America, Nomad, Sam Wilson, uh, what's that nigga name? Bucky. They need to bring out all them Captain Americas. They need to bring, goddamn it, Hugh Jackman Wolverine. They need to bring Henry Cavill Wolverine. They need to bring Cyclops from the original X-Men movie all the way to the young Cyclops. They changed the act up about 3 or 4 times. That shit was weird. They need to bring back everybody. You know how shows go, it don't explain me that's good back then, but now they're trying to redo that. See, but that's the problem though, man. You can't do something. That's the problem with the X-Men TV show that's out. I feel what you're saying, Gabe, but what I'm saying is X-Men 97 is supposed to be a continuation of the show. So you can't just wipe that shit like it didn't happen and then go back and redo it. Like, no, you can't do that. Like when that show originally came out, they pretty much did every storyline you could come up with. They did uh the apocalypse shit. They did the Strange Island. They did Days of Future Past, and you know whatever. Yeah, well, they need to have Venom on Doomsday. Not the damn what's the dude named Tom Hardy. Fuck him. They need to have a whole. They need to have a whole new Venom. They need to have Carnage, not Woody Harrelson. They need to have shit Iceman. They need to have man. They need to have everybody in that joint. Everybody need to be in the movie. Everybody. They need to bring everybody back. Doing way too powerful to be getting beat by regular motherfuckers. How the hell is it gonna have 100% and the damn shit ain't even came out yet? See, that shit don't make. That's why you can't be trusting these damn critics, man. How the hell is it 100%? The shit ain't even came out yet. You seen that shit? I ain't seen it. But I can't. But just to kind of go back, Robert Downey Jr. as Doom. That shit don't sit right with me. Like in the middle of the damn movie, he need to be mind manipulated, and the real Doom is controlling Tony Stark's body or something like that. And somehow he breaks free from his mind control and he jump in the Iron Man suit. Cause that Doom shit don't sit right with me. He need to be Iron Man. Reacher need to be Venom. Nah, Reacher need to be goddamn it. Shit, he could be Colossus, but they already got an actor for that. Reacher need to be Gladiator or some shit, cause that's a big motherfucker. Reacher need to be shit. He could really be Sabretooth. I don't need him to be. I don't need Reacher to be Venom though, because you know Venom is a big motherfucker and shit. But like Reacher is human big. Venom is like alien big. You know what I'm saying? And I know they're not gonna make him human big. They're gonna make that motherfucker alien big. So Reacher need to be like freaking Juggernaut or something like that, or Colossus or Sabretooth or he need to be one of them motherfuckers and shit. Cause ain't no point of Reacher being as big as he is. They're not gonna use. They're gonna have to CGI him. They're not gonna put that motherfucker in some black paint. No, I don't want Reacher to be no damn Venom. I know he like the hot dude right now, but he ain't that great of an actor to me. He the same motherfucker in every movie. Even though I like the show Reacher. Even though the last season was kind of trash. They had to make somebody bigger than him and shit for it to be a formidable foe, because he was whooping everybody ass. But he the same person in he the same person in every damn thing he in. Straight up. But like I was saying, man, yeah, they need to say that the current Doom with Robert Downey Jr. That's a Tony Stark's from another dimension. His world was his world was destroyed or ate up or some shit like that. So he don't got pepper pots. He ain't got no home. So they're using his body to fool the 626 universe, fuck him up in the head and stuff like that. And so they somehow break his mind and they tell him, listen, we lost our Tony Starks here. You could be the new Tony Starks. You'll have all the same memories. I'll pretty much live the same life. It's just that your planet is destroyed. We need you as Iron Man. He turns back to Iron Man. Then we get the real Victor Von Doom. Because come on now, can y'all see Robert Downey Jr. as Victor Von Doom? That shit don't look right, man. I ain't seen He-Man yet, man. I ain't seen that shit. I've been trying to sneak, man, but you already know, man. You know. I've been working my butt off. Shit, when the damn live came on, I was on my motorcycle. So, in their universe, for real, I'm gonna say Fantastic Four. I think they're friends. Yeah, that's the thing. In the end credits, Victor Von Doom was in the Fantastic Four movie. And that's what they need to do. They need to make Tony Stark's from another universe, his planet is destroyed, come over to universe 626 or our universe, whatever you want to call it. They tell him, look, we lost our Tony Starks. You could be the new Tony Starks. You got all the same memories and shit. You can relive your life again. Everything is the same and shit. They break him out of his little trance or whatever it is, because he's being controlled by the real Victor Von Doom. Because Victor Von Doom is trying to, I don't know, bring his body back or some shit like that. His body ain't ready yet. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but his body ain't ready, so he using another person's body before he 100%. They snap Tony Stark's back into regular, and he becomes Iron Man again. And then the real Victor Von Doom gained enough strength or energy from sucking the planets up, and now he's super duper powerful. Then you got Iron Man and all the motherfuckers fighting against Victor Von Doom. That's what I would do, because people can say, "Oh man, you brought back Robert Downey." Well, if you don't want to confuse people, you shouldn't have brought him back. Plain and simple. He might be surprised. Wait. Everyone thought he was a threat, but maybe not. He might surprise you, dude. Now you know that would be corny. I mean, I'm gonna go see it. I'm G Money. I'm gonna go see it, but if this motherfucker end up being the real Victor Von Doom, I'm gonna be kind of pissed, man. I can't see Robert Downey Jr. as Doom. I see him as Iron Man. That's like I can't see Hugh Jackman as somebody else. I can't see this motherfucker as I can't see that motherfucker as nobody else. I can't see Professor Xavier as nobody else except for that young motherfucker. I can't see them people as nobody else, man. I can't see I don't know, man. Ooh wee. I'm about to call it a night, man. I've been on this mod for 2 hours now. I appreciate that conversation though, man. I need to do more lives. I ain't like Gabe, man. I ain't got it like Gabe. Gabe be live like a motherfucker. I be working all the damn time. But I'm probably on here for about another 5 minutes, man. I'm gonna wrap it up. But yeah, they fucked over Jonathan Major, man. Now the more he be talking and the more he be acting, he been kind of coming off as an asshole to me. But as far as that role and the whole little situation with old girl, that shit was dirty as hell. I don't think Quantumanium did as good, so they was like, oh nah, we gotta end this shit. And they was already writing them off and stuff. But then again, they did the whole Loki timeline, And you thought he was gonna be a major part. They just finna just do away with that. I think it's so stupid. Like you gotta have an explanation for that shit. I think they said it was gonna kill him off or something, but it's too much build up for them to just kill him off like that. And there's too many of them motherfuckers. Unless they're gonna say Dr. Doom was just going from planet to planet and universe to universe, killing them off one by one. You think Kane gonna be in this? Yeah, if he in there, they're gonna use a CGI Jonathan Majors because he ain't got no contract. They're gonna show like the back of his head and they're gonna kill him. They're not gonna show his actual face, but you gonna know it's Kang, and they're gonna kill him off. I know that's what they're gonna do. Because he ain't got no contract with them. This motherfucker making movies with Ben Shapiro. You know that motherfucker fell from grace. This motherfucker was making a damn action movie with Ben Shapiro. Y'all know who Ben Shapiro is. You think they rehired him? Hey, man. IG Money, man. You cool and all, man. But you better not be bullshitting me, man. I'm finna look all this shit up. I'm finna look all this shit up when I get off this mug. But if they rehire him, they're not gonna pay him the money that he was supposed to get. Because I heard he was supposed to make a whole bunch of money. Like this shit right here, the whole Kang stuff was finna set him up for life. Like he wouldn't have to do anything. He would just be acting just to be acting. And and that's the sad part about it. Dude started blowing up. I'm talking about he was coming out with movies back to back to back. And then because of this whole little situation, fucked him all the way up. Now, if he was cheating on old girl with Megan Good, I'd have did the same shit. I'd have cheated on her ass too for Megan Good. It ain't but one motherfucker that I would leave Megan Good for. And my boy Gabe know who it is. You say you got a picture of Tarantula, but you couldn't post it? Shit, I'm gonna look it up though, man. I'm gonna look it up. See, like you say, he had a few of those in his past. I do think it was bullshit. It's like now all of a sudden people want to come out the woodworks and say he was an asshole or say he was abusive or some shit like that. I did hear about something like that. Yep, there you go. There you go. Kelly Rowland. Woo-wee. Lord Jesus. Kelly Rowland. She had a picture with Lala, I think like 2 days ago at a parade. I'm guessing the Knicks. I damn near jumped through the picture. Kelly, boy, she 10 out of 10. I don't care what nobody say. But we're not even gonna talk about her. They said he was abusive and he was an asshole back when he was in college and shit like that. Now, when I hear interviews from him like now, the way he be speaking, he kind of be pissing me off. He come off as pompous. He come off like an arrogant asshole. Like he feel like he better than everybody. You know. And maybe that shit spilled on. I don't know. It's all speculations. I'm just saying from what I see from interviews, when they do interview him, he come off as a pompous, like he an arrogant asshole. Now he may not be like that in real life, but it seemed like that on camera. Like, damn, this dude, now he a hell of an actor, but he don't seem likable to me. He don't seem likable. Latoya Luckett? Man, hell no. She all right. I know who the fuck I would be. A bigger asshole. I think the way I'm wired, man, I wouldn't be no asshole. I mean, I wouldn't be like no arrogant. What's the name, man? I'm pretty chill. I'm pretty laid back. I mean, I can go from 1 to 100 But I don't think I would be at. I don't know, because there do be some people that I be wanting to. Yeah, dude seem weird, man. He seemed a little off. Jonathan Major do seem a little off. I don't know how the hell he bagged Megan, man. That motherfucker had the same ass Jackie Robinson haircut all the way back to Lovecraft Country. That nigga don't never got no line in. He ain't never got no fade. Only time that motherfucker had a fade is when he was on Creed 3. But he ain't had no line in. That's weird, man. That's some weird shit. I seen Backrooms. I ain't see Obsession. My daughter been on me about Obsession. We was supposed to go see it, but hey, you already know how. You know I be working. I've been working my ass off, so I ain't got a chance to do nothing, man. I've been doing shorts. I did a short on Backrooms. It's on my page. It was a quick little short. It was like 3 minutes long. Like I was saying earlier, I'm gonna do a collective video of all the stuff that's already came out, and I'm gonna watch them, and then I'm gonna put it on one video. Now, anything after that, being being Supergirl, Odyssey, Spider-Man, those gonna go back to regular format. It ain't gonna be no quick shit. It's gonna be some real shit like I did the Superman thing. So, I don't know if I told you, Gabe. Your boy couldn't see for like 2.5, 3 weeks. I'm just not starting to read text. I don't know if you knew I was in the ER and shit. I was in the ER for like 3 motherfucking days. I was fucked up. They hooked me up to IVs, put insulin in me, all types of stuff, and they couldn't figure out I mean, they knew what was going on with me, but they couldn't understand why I wasn't getting stabilized. So I'm literally just now recovering. But me like reading this shit right now, I couldn't see this just a week and a half ago. Like the movie So Crazy Cool. I see people like Mortal Kombat. I couldn't see none of that shit just last week. My vision is just not starting to come back. Now, if I do something like this, or if I have some reading glasses, I'll be decent. But reading this shit now, I couldn't see nothing. That's how fucked up I was. Yeah, I ain't told nobody. I don't be posting my little personal shit like that. Yeah, I was jacked up, man. So what was going on with me, my boy, is my legs was giving out on me. I couldn't even walk. I could barely breathe. My blood pressure was high as hell. I just give you a quick rundown. So, I'm diabetic. So, a normal person's blood sugar is between 70 and 100. Bro, my shit was at 393. 393. My blood pressure, it was averaging 150 and 165. That's high as fuck. But sometimes it would spike up to like 180. So that was the issue. My legs was gone. I wasn't even working, my boy. That's why I'm behind right now. I wasn't even working. I was sick for about a month, and I didn't work for like 2 weeks. So I was I was finna get my phone cut off, my motherfucking car repo. Man, I was doing bad. And then when I finally got myself able to walk, I just humped it for 2 weeks. I was just, what I'm saying, I was just working. And I'm about 90% I'm about 90% where I need to be and shit. So I'm just slowly building stuff back up. But today I just had to take a ride, man, because I have been busting my ass all week. So yeah, I'll call you and let you know about all that kind of stuff. But yeah, your boy was, what they call it, diabetic ketosis or some shit they said. Dude, like I said, I was hooked up to a couple IVs. They kept me for 3 days in the hospital. 3 days. They would not let me leave. They like, man, we can't even let you go. I'm like, damn, I'm that bad? I ain't never been in no overnight shit in no hospital. That's how bad I was. And you know me, I ain't no weak dude, man. I was trying my best, man, to get up. My legs was like, boy, sit your ass back down. Yep. So I was like Professor Xavier. That motherfucker ain't had no lower leg movements. I was jacked up. I didn't watch nothing. I couldn't watch anything. I couldn't even see post on Instagram. Everything was blurry. That's what I'll say. Everything was blurry. Like all I could see is shapes. I couldn't see faces. I couldn't see text. I'm having my daughter read the text for me and stuff. I'm feeling like a straight up old man. I'm like, damn, I know I ain't this bad. So what they told me was because my blood sugar had been so high for so long, my eyes adjusted to it. So now that they bringing my shit back down, it's taking my eyes a while for it to adjust, which makes a whole lot of sense, especially based on the shit that I'm taking. So it's still a little blurry from here, every now and again, but it's much better than it was. I'm getting better. Yeah. I'm G Money. Hey man, I appreciate you coming in, man. I'll do like another live maybe tomorrow or something like that. Gabe, man, I'm finna get up off of here, man. I'm gonna call you, man. Let me know so I won't just hang up on your ass and shit. Anyways, for all those who was watching, I appreciate y'all for coming on my live. I'm gonna do more of these. Y'all got any questions? Post your comments down below. I catch y'all on the fly. Peace.